Did you know you don't have to belong to a party to get elected to Parliament?
I thought, okay.
So why do we have political parties? Well, it all started with the Whigs and the Tories more than 300 years ago. They were groupings in Parliament that clashed over things like monarchy and religion, but it still took a while until political parties, as we know them today, took shape in the UK. Now there are more than 350 of them, though less than 10 were represented in the last Parliament. So what purpose do parties actually serve? Put very simply, political parties are made up of people who share similar views on how the country should be run. That's why we hear a lot about what parties want to do if they get into power during an election campaign. This should make it easier for voters to know what candidates from different parties stand for and how they would act in Parliament. But there's no rule that says MPs have to follow their party line, or even stay in the party once they're elected. In fact, more than 30 MPs ended this Parliament outside the party they belonged to when they were voted in 2 years ago. Still, being a member of a party has its perks. Running in an election, that's like a tongue twister. Running in an election can be expensive, and parties can support their candidates with money, campaign help, and media coverage. Now, of course, political parties are not just made up of people running for Parliament. The biggest party in the UK, Labour, has close to 500,000 members. Now, party membership used to be a lot higher, although there has been a recent upturn. But on election day, it's votes, not membership, that count. And it seems that voters today are less loyal than they used to be. In fact, almost half switched parties at least once over the last 3 elections. This may be partly because people are choosing to vote on single issues that are important to them, and they look for the party or candidate that best represents their views on that issue. Take Brexit, an issue that divides parties as much as it does voters. Pro and anti-Brexit candidates are scattered across the main parties, and voters might choose to support a candidate regardless of whether they agree with their party's declared position.
God, how do people do this every day?
So is this the beginning of the end for political parties? That's unlikely. Parties still undeniably matter a great deal in politics. After all, it's usually the biggest party in Parliament that gets to form a government and decide how the country is actually run.